x squared plus bx plus c. And we found that the best strategy was to use a diamond or a big X to help us figure out the pattern. Yes? Today we need to use a box as well, because today we're going to throw in an a value that is greater than 1. Okay, so we're going to start with box A. There's no variables, there's just numbers. And remember, we're undoing multiplication. So what two things multiply to be 8? 2 and 4. But which side should I put the 4 so that it works in the rest of the box? The bottom one. Do we see that? 4 here, 2 here. We have to make it work for the whole box. So then what will go on that side? 1. And now I'm thinking something times 1 gets me 6. What has to go here? 6. Okay, that's just to get us started with just numbers. Questions about that?
What if I use different numbers?
In part B, this is a 6x squared. Sorry, it wouldn't let me type it with math type. So it's 6x squared. This is a 4x, a 3x, and 2. And now we need to think about what two things will multiply together. So 3x and 2x give me 6x squared. Does everyone see why I picked 3x and 2x instead of 1x and 6x?
Yeah.
Because of this 3x here. Do you guys see that? And this 4x here. I can't pick 1 and 6 as my multiples for this box. So now I'm going to continue that. What's going to go above 3x? 2 to get 4x. What has to go next to 2x? 1. And so then basically what we just did is factored using a box. This is technically a trinomial inside 6x squared plus 7x plus 2. Okay, and we're going to build to this today, but I want us to see the patterns for the box. C. Let's do C together. What are some factors of 18 and 3 that'll help us figure out what goes here and here on our box? 1 and 3. And what side do I want to put it on?
3 goes on the bottom, right?
You're right. 3x is here. 1x is here. 3x times something gives me 18x. What should go here?
6.
Good, 6. What should go here? Negative 2. And so now I've got the factors. So in general today, D we're just going to fill out. In general today, we're going to have our ax squared in this box and our c in this box. And we are looking for things on the outside. We will also be building to looking for what goes in those two boxes that are empty. So this is just an intro to what we're doing today. Any questions? What's missing? Part 2. So A is just a basic one. This is review of what we did the other day. There's an A value of 1, so I can just go right to my diamond. What goes in the top? 12? You're fine. And then that B value goes in for 7. We're thinking about what two things multiply to give us 12 but add to give us 7. 3 and 4. And so that's what my factors are. X plus 3. X plus 4. So that's review from the other day. B is also review from the other day. How do I distribute those things? I could foil or I could box. Okay. So we're going to distribute and multiply this out. We're going to write our result. So we should get 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. So for C, I'm going to use a box to get us started. Okay? I know a factor, so I'm going to write it on the outside. I'm always going to start by putting my ax squared term in the bottom left and my c in the top right, and I know the one factor. So now we need to figure out the missing pieces. So what times 2x gets you 2x squared? Yeah, like what should go right here? Right here. Just 1x, okay? So then this box will become 3x. What has to go here? Right here. 4 to make this 12. So then how many x's will I have?
8.
8. And so when I'm filling in the other pieces, my other factor is x plus 4. How many x's do I have in this trinomial? Combine them. Yes. 11. So for this one, I just had to use a box because I knew one of the factors. Questions?
Is the parentheses thing that you, like the x plus 4, is it just like the bottom part on the box?
Yes, it's the bottom part in the box. So that went right there. All right, D is similar. We are just going to start with a box, and we know a factor. So I'm going to put x plus 6 on one side. It doesn't really matter what side. I'm going to put 3x squared in the bottom left, and I've got negative 12 this time. So now, again, we're trying to figure out the unknown thing. So what is this going to be? 3x, good. 3x times 6, what's that?
18x.
Good. And then what has to go here?
-2.
Right, a negative 2 to make this a negative 12. So this is going to give us negative 2x. And now I know my other factor. 3x minus 2. How many x values do I have? What should go in this middle term? 16. I'm going to combine 18 and negative 2. We get 16. Combine everything. So let me walk you through it again. We're going to start with the box. You're going to put your ax squared term in the bottom left.
Oh no, I thought this was
3x squared and 5. Now here is where it changes a bit. I'm still going to use my diamond or my big X. But because my a value is 3 and I don't know what a factor is, I'm going to take the product of 3 and 5 and put that on top of my diamond. Okay, so before we were just putting in C, but this time because the a value is different, I'm going to take my a times C. What's 3 times 5?
15.
Great.
15.
That goes on the top of my diamond. I still put B in the bottom of my diamond. So 8. And then we're asking ourselves, what times what gives me 15 but adds to the 8? 3 and 5. Now, this is what I'm going to put in to my box. So I'm going to write 3x,
Wait, where did we get the 15?
5x. And now we just figure out the outside. So it's going to be 3x, x, 1, 5.
Oh, oops.
Any questions about combining it all together? This order?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter because it's multiplication. Do you want to try some on your own? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, because the a times c gets a little larger, and so where we were struggling with was just the math facts here. So that's why I had you guys get some calculators. Again, start with this box. Put in your ax squared term. Put in your c term. Make a big X or a diamond. A times C goes on the top of the diamond only for A values greater than 1. Got your calculators in front of you. What's 5 times 18? It's going to be a bigger number.
Why was that so fast?
90.
90.
Great, 90. Okay, What are our factors of 90? I need two things that multiply to be 90 but add to be negative 21. I'll give you some hints here.
10 and 9.
Because the top number is positive, but the bottom number is negative, the two side numbers are going to be negative.
Plus 10.
So all of our factors. So you've got 9 times 10. What's another factor?
Oh, you know.
3 times
Just
30.
Just the ones, you know.
What else?
You know, I don't know. 4 times something, maybe.
45 times 2.
No.
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know
5.
these.
Oh.
Wow.
It's 5 times 15, wait. 5 times.
So think about 30, right?
Yeah.
If I cut 30 in half, 15 times what will give you 90? 6 and 15. If I made those both negative, that would add to be negative 21. Wow. Okay. Crazy. Just wait. Okay.
What do you mean just wait?
The numbers are going to get bigger, and it's going to be okay.
Do that to us.
Can't tell that, but.
Do you want to try G on your own?
No.
Not really.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
If you want to try it on your own, try it.
I think I'll just do it for you.
We're going to start with the box. You're going to put 4x squared and 11 in. 11 times 4 is 44, and I want it to add to be 24. So then you have to think about your multiples of 44. Which multiples do I want to use here? 2 and 22, because that would add to 24. So be careful here. 22 cannot be divided by 4, so I can't use 1x and 4x. So I have to use 2x and 2x, which works out fine. Bless you. 2x plus 1, 2x plus 11. Any questions about these problems? We're going to flip to the quick notes. Please flip to the quick notes. We're going to summarize what we just did. We're going to do a check for understanding, and then you'll have time for homework.
It's like 4.
Yep. Best way is to practice. So when we're factoring, and you have an A value that is not 1, we have to use a box and a diamond or a big X. So in general, this is what we do. We start with a box.
Should we make that not equal sign to?
It's when A is not equal to 1.
Okay.
Yep. And we put in our AX squared here and our C here. To figure out your big X or your diamond, you have to put the value of A times C in the top and B in the bottom. And then follow the pattern of what two things will multiply to give you the top and add to be the bottom. That will help us figure out what goes in our little boxes. From there, we find the factors by figuring out and undoing multiplication and working backwards. So our goal here is to find the factored form. Number 1, notice that the A value is 1. So we can go back to the method we were using last lesson, where we have C in the top, negative 36, and our B in the bottom. And now you're thinking about what two things multiply to give us negative 36, but add to give us 5. So multiples of 36.
6. 9.
9 and 4?
Yeah.
And which one is negative?
-4.
Great. And that just becomes our factors. That's when an A value is 1. Different from number 2, where our A value is 7. So this time we're going to start with the box. Our diamond is different because the top will be A times C. So we're going to do 7 times 2. So the top of our diamond is 14. I'm looking for factors that multiply to be 14 and add to be 15. Everyone always forgets about this one. It's 1 and 14. 1 times 14. Those tell us how many x terms we have. The only way this one's going to work out is if I have 7x and x, 2 and 1. So our factored form is 7x plus 1 times x plus 2. You guys try 3 and 4 right now on your own. Ready, set, go.
Oh.
6x squared plus 11x minus 10. So we can set this up. Boop, boop. There we go. The top of our diamond's going to be what this time?
Ooh,
Mine had enough worse.
oh, 10. No.
Yeah, so here we have to list the factors of 60. 1 and 60, 3 and 20, 10 and 6,
You're so smart.
15 and 4.
There it is.
There it is. It's 15 and 4, right?
Sure. Yes.
Which one's going to be negative?
4.
For this one, you will need to use a different factor than x and 6x. You see how that won't work for us? 15 is not divisible by 6. What is 15 divisible by? 3. That works out because 2 times 3 is 6x squared. We'll have a minus 2 here and a plus 5 here. There are our factors. And then the answer to 2 was...
Not too bad.
Right now, you guys are going to work on homework. Odds, 1 through 10, odd. There should be only 5 problems.
It's not terrible, yes.